Today, NHS nurses from the RCN union have rejected a 5% pay increase while Unison have overwhelmingly accepted it.
Protests are being held in London over Mayor Sadiq Khan's controversial plans to extend the ULEZ zone to the rest of the capital region by this August.
And a 21-year-old man has been arrested and charged after leaking highly classified US intelligence documents on Discord. You are watching Tom and Ben News United Kingdom for Monday the 17th of April 2023 with Ben the Talking Dog and Tom the Talking Cat. Good evening, Noswaitha Uchiva, and welcome to the programme. We will get straight to the news right after this. Cheers very much for the news. If you have any viewers news you would like to send to us, do so in the comments section below or on our Facebook page. The link to it is in the descriptions box below.
Anyways, let's waste no further time and get into the headlines. And nurses in the Royal College of Nursing Union have rejected the government's pay offer in England and will now go on strike over the 1st May bank holiday.
The 48-hour walkout from 8 p.m. on the 30th of April till 8 p.m. on the 2nd of May will involve NHS nurses in emergency departments, intensive care, cancer and other wards.
The government says this will be hugely concerning for patients. Meanwhile, members of the Unison union, which includes some nurses and ambulance crews, have accepted the pay offer.
The award on the table is a 5% pay rise for 2023-24, and there is an extra one-off lump sum of at least £1,655 to top up the past year's salary.
Scotland's First Minister Humza Yusuf has been campaigning in Rutherglen Hamilton West on Saturday morning as the Scottish National Party face a potential by-election in that area.
The SNP leader is set to lay out his positive, ambitious and radical vision in the constituency, where there is the potential for a recall petition to be used against sitting MP Margaret Ferrier.
Miss Ferrier won the seat for the SNP in the 2019 general election, but was later found to have damaged the reputation of the Commons and placed people at risk by taking part in a debate after travelling from Glasgow to London by train while suffering from COVID-19.
If she is barred from the Commons for 10 days or more, that could trigger a recall petition, which would result in a by-election in the constituency, although 10% of voters there would need to support this for it to go ahead.
US President Joe Biden has reinforced his pride in his family links in County Mayo in the Republic of Ireland, saying the county was now part of my soul.
He was addressing tens of thousands of people in Ballina on the final part of his 4-day visit to both the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland here in the UK.
Mr. Biden said the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement was a reminder of the importance of peace.
Before we continue, there is breaking news coming in that at least 3 people have died as Sudan's army and a notorious paramilitary force battle with heavy weapons in the capital, Khartoum, amid tensions over a proposed transition to civilian rule.
The paramilitary Rapid support forces say it controls airports and other key sites. The army denies this and says jets are hitting RSF bases.
We also know that people are sheltering from the clashes and shootings are still continuing and people are staying indoors. There is so much panic and fear. We will keep you up to date on this story as it develops.
Ukrainian forces are finding a growing number of components from China in Russian weapons used in Ukraine, a senior advisor in President Volodymyr Zelensky's office told Reuters, as Western supplies are squeezed by sanctions.
The advisor of the President's Chief of Staff on Sanctions Policy, Volodymyr Zelensky, I think that's how you pronounce his name, said in the weapons recovered from the battlefield we continue to find different electronics.
China has repeatedly denied sending military equipment to Russia since Moscow's all-out invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The assault triggered Western sanctions, including on sending military and dual-use technology, such as microchips that could be used in either ordinary appliances or weapons.
London's Trafalgar Square was the scene of a protest against the ultra-low emission zone, or ULEZ, implemented in the capital region.
Organised by the group Together Declaration, council leaders, politicians and TV personalities joined people from all walks of life to express their frustrations with the new regulations, their expansion and their
impact on their daily lives. The ULEZ, which came into effect on the 8th of April 2019, initially covered the same area as the T-charge, but applies 24/7 365, with current charges of £12.50 a day for cars, vans and motorcycles.
And £100 a day for lorries, buses and coaches.
Climate campaigners say they are considering legal action over ongoing coal mining at the UK's largest open-cast mine, months after planning permission ran out.
Digging for coal at Ffosafran, near Merthyr in South Wales, was supposed to stop last September after 15 years. The mine's operator has applied for an extension and is waiting on a decision.
Merthyr South Wales Limited said it would not be appropriate to comment at this point.
Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has presented 6-year-old Doihi McGovern with an award for his campaign to reform organ donation in Northern Ireland.
Doihi has been on the list to get a heart transplant for about 5 years. The new law, known as Doihi's Law, which takes effect from June, will consider most adults as potential organ donors unless they opt out.
Northern Ireland is the only part of the UK where an opt-out organ donation system is not in place. Doihi's Law was introduced in the Stormont Assembly in 2021 and passed its final stage in February 2022.
It would then mean all adults in Northern Ireland would be considered a potential organ donor after their death unless they specifically stated otherwise. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has been evacuated unharmed from a public event after what appeared to be a smoke bomb was thrown at him. A man was detained at the scene at Wakayama where Mr. Kishida had been due to give a speech, local media reported.
Contentious plans to raise the pension age in France has been approved by the country's highest constitutional court. France's Constitutional Council has ruled in favour of President Emmanuel Macron's government reforms, which will see the pension age increase from 62 to 64.
And finally, a 21-year-old US airman accused of leaking confidential intelligence and defense documents has been officially charged in a court appearance in Boston, Massachusetts.
Jack Teixeira faces up to 15 years in prison over charges of unauthorized transmission of defense information. He was also charged with the unauthorized removal and retention of classified documents.
The dozens of leaked documents had revealed US assessments of the war in Ukraine as well as sensitive secrets about American allies. The leaks embarrassed Washington and raised fresh questions over the security of classified information. Here is your travel update from Tom and Ben News United Kingdom, and in Cardiff it is quite heavy on the A48 and A4161 west of Cardiff, with delays of up to 5 minutes and an average speed is around 10 miles an hour.
Weather in Cardiff, 15 degrees, low of 6 and partly cloudy.
That's all the news today. Subscribe for more news as it happens, follow us on our Facebook page, the link to it is in the descriptions box below, and see you next week.